Well, alright. Let's see if this works. And... well, alright. Alright, that works. So, share to Facebook. The Book of Faces. Tweet it out to the Twitterverse. And... alright, just saw this on Steam. And... I've been busy all day. I went to Jolly Roger with a friend, did some VR with him. Then I went to the mall and watched Rampage and Truth or Dare. So I've not done any Horizon Zero Dawn, and that's a day stream. So for night stream, I'm going to do this new game that I just found. Visual novel, murder mystery type deal. Hopefully it's good. It's the one thing I said it was only like 40-45 minutes long. But if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. Length doesn't really matter. I don't care what the ladies say. They're terrible. Anyways, let's check to see if stream chat is working. I was gonna make sure that works, because half the time it doesn't. And it's super fucking annoying. Test. Hey, alright, it popped up. Okay, good. Alright. So... let's do this. New game. Like I said, I just got it, not played it yet. Waiting for the other video to upload, and once it was done, it's like, alright, time to play. So, 1692. Salem Witch Hunt Trial, whatever. We all know what happened there. Terrible tragedy. Bunch of dicks. Dark clouds form over the horizon. The sound of angry voices wake me from my slumber. There is a crowd of people marching through the street. What could possibly be going on at this ungodly hour? It is unusual for this town to be so alive when all should be fast asleep. The tumult has become too great to ignore. Something serious. Why so serious? Must have happened. Resigned to the fact that I can no longer see through the racket, I fling open the window to see what was going on. A magnificent blaze of torches momentarily blind my eyes. The streets are filled with many people out bearing pitchfork and torches. It looks like the whole town is present. A sea of men and women were in a frantic dash, like a colony of ants scrambling when the nest is attacked. I pick out a face from the mob and call out to him. "You there! What's going on?" The young man turns to find my voice. He shouts a reply. A witch! A witch! There's a witch in Salem! She turned me into a newt!" "You don't look like a newt." "I got better." Terrible. Search for the Holy Grail. Great movie. Look it up. Watch it if you haven't. And if you haven't, you hate American, all things American, like British comedy movies. A Salem witch trial. Only 2 characters appear in every single episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Sabrina and Salem the cat. Thank you for coming. We'll need all the help we can get if we are up against what I think we are. Let us hope that there's still time for us to catch her before it's too late. What's going on? Why are there so many people out here? It's because of the witch. A bloody witch here in Salem. Rumors have been circulating for a while that we've been haunted by an evil presence. I had my own suspicions that something sinister was happening to our community, but now we know it to be true. We know that there is indeed a witch among us, and she lives on Jacob's farm. The mayor put the word out just now. The time drags upon us. We must drive her out of Salem. Who is this witch you are after? The daughter of the Jacob family, Mercy Jacob. We believe that she's the one who brought the plague that struck in our town. We've been suspecting her family being behind this, and now we have evidence. Just this morning, We found the deceased bodies of her parents. They were murdered. Could it be murder? They were killed right there on their own farm. A place isolated from the rest of the town. Only the Jacobs are there, with their daughter. They don't get to many visitors either, so you'd say no one else had the means to commit the crime. As the only survivor, it only stands to reason that Mercy Jacob is the killer, and she has been seen since the murders of her parents. She's responsible. Why else would she run if she has nothing to hide? Or she was kidnapped by whoever killed her parents, dumbass. The poor Jacobs. Such a horrible way to die, to be betrayed by the one closest to you. But we know what witches are capable of. They will not hesitate to kill even one of their own family members to further their dark agenda. That is why we are all out here tonight. We must hunt down this witch. We cannot let evil prevail. Hurry now, we mustn't delay any longer. With that, the man disappeared into the crowd, eager to take part in the hunt. My head was spinning with 1,000 questions. Everything was happening too fast. A witch in Salem? How could that be possible? In recent days, the sickness has been spreading amongst the people, unlike anything we've ever seen before. Many lives have already been lost to it. There have been no reasonable explanation as to where it came from. People soon began to claim it was the work of an unnatural means. Wait, don't hit that button. Something wicked has come to Salem. As for me, I'm not so sure if I believe witches even exist. Surely such creatures are nothing but stories invented as an easy solution to explaining weird circumstances that can otherwise be explained. Fueled by paranoia, people want to cling to any answer they can grasp, no matter how irrational they may be. It's probably best that I find out more about this case before I make up my mind. As I stood in my silent contemplation, I suddenly became aware of footsteps heading towards me. I look up to see beside me a familiar man. Hello, friend. Glad to see you out here alongside us tonight. Our community must be together in testing times such as these. It gives me great courage to see so many of you have showed up. Together, we need not be afraid of the witch. The witch! A witch! Mayor Hawthorne, what's happening here? People are saying there's a witch in our town. That's right! It is as we feared. It is hard to deny that we have a witch in Salem. It would explain the strange sickness we've been experiencing. Despite our best efforts, we cannot seem to find a source or a cure to this plague. As mad as it seems, witchcraft is the more likely explanation. Farmer John Miller may have been right all this time. He has been very vocal about his suspicion of the Jacob family. Perhaps we should have listened to him sooner. I'm going to guess right now, Farmer John Miller killed the Jacobs so he could acquire their farmland and expand his farm. Calling it now. Just to be wrong, but I'm going to call that now. More and more are falling ill, and with each passing day, people are getting more desperate for an answer. We have now passed the tipping point with this recent murder of Henry and Mary Jacob. Add to that, with the disappearance of Mercy Jacob, all suspicion now falls on her. How do you know that witchcraft is even involved? Sure, there can be another explanation, jackass. Take a look around you. Have you witnessed the strange sickness that has been plaguing us? Countless dead, rotting food supplies, and whispers of foul deeds behind it all. People are in hysteria. It's all I can do to quell the chaos. The townsfolk need to believe in something and vent their fears. Right now, the finger points to the farm girl, and the evidence is hard to deny. If we do indeed have a witch in our community, then we must take every opportunity to eliminate her. But can you be sure that she is a witch? What if she's innocent? Who among us can really be sure of anything, but if there is a possibility that she's a witch, it's too dangerous to let her go and risk everything. Would you balance the life of one girl next to those of the whole town? Innocent or not, we cannot take that gamble. Better to be safe than sorry, as the saying goes. You could argue her innocence, but what if you're wrong? What if the plague continues and claims further lives? Put aside any guilt you may feel. For now, help us uncover the truth. What will you have me do? Governor? Actually, Mayor. You can aid us in our search for the girl, Mercy Jacob. She has been accused of killing her parents and of witchcraft. We need to put a stop to her meddling at once. I summoned the town together so we can seek her out, but it appears she caught wind of our plan. She has gone into hiding. Right now we are each doing our best to find her. You can help in the search. Look everywhere you can. Should you find her, report back to me and we will deal with her from there. Here, take this map. Scour all over it if you must. If you come across the witch, don't approach her alone. Who knows what her magic is capable of? We are stronger together, so report back to me if you find anything. We will settle her fate from there. Go now. Make haste, not waste, and good luck. Dun 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 dun! Adventure! Dun dun dun! Well, obviously she's gonna run off to the forest. God, what time is it? 1:52. Hello there. I would say it's... Ooh. One of my mom's meow meows just turned 16 today. So we'll say happy birthday to her. Happy birthday, girly. 16. And she has another meow meow that's 17. That's super old for meow meows. Anyways, I would say it is nice to meet you. But considering the situation, I don't think anything feels nice at all. Unfortunate for a meeting to be on such a grim night. Indeed, the warm greeting is even more appreciated when times are grim. How shall I address you, friend? You can call me Locke. I am a tanner by trade. I produce leather from the skins of animals. Some of those animals have come from the Jacob farm. No doubt that you must have heard the rumors about the farm integrating itself with witchcraft. I can assure you my wares of highest quality and untainted by any devilry. Though I have brought animals from the Jacobs, nothing indicates to me that they were foul creatures. Maybe you can help me. A few questions asked if you can give me your impression. I'll try my best. Ask me anything. I said your impressions on the situation, not of Christopher Walken. What? Do you know about the Jacobs? I've worked for them before. They supplied me with animals I use in my business, but they are a reclusive family. Our relationship was purely about business. I don't think they cared much for other folks. They mainly kept themselves to themselves. That's a weird way to phrase that. I do know, however, that Henry Jacob likes his whiskey. He likes it a lot. He frequented the bar in town, regularly drank himself silly. Something must have weighed heavy on his heart for him to want to lose himself in his drink. On a number of occasions, I helped throw him out when he got too agitated. The man is aggressive and had a bad temper about him. What if he killed his wife and then the daughter protected herself when he tried to go after her? He was a different man when he's drunk. What was a very reasonable man is transformed into someone who was openly violent to others. It's a tragedy what happened to him, but perhaps it's a small comfort to know we won't be seeing the ugly side of him anymore. Let's see. What do you know about the murder of Henry and Mary Jacob? I can tell you all about it. I was the one who found the bodies of Henry and Mary Jacob. It was you. Found them on their own farm. I was on my way to the farm to attend some business with them, only to find them dead. Did you find any indications as to how they were killed? It appears that Henry was struck on the head by a heavy rock. There was a bloody wound on his skull, and nearby I found a rock that was also stained with blood. You can connect those dots together, and soon that's the instrument of his demise. Unaware of myself, I tried picking up the rock. It's mighty hefty. So how would the girl be able to pick it up? If you had issues picking it up, how would she be able to pick it up? Although I guess if you live and work on a farm, you build muscle and all that. We haven't seen her yet. And they haven't said how old she is. What if she's like 9? Yeah, it's definitely not the daughter. After that, I heard a scream nearby. Following it, I found Mary Jacob. I recognized the purple mark of the sickness on her. She was half covered by it. I've never seen anyone display nearly as much of the tan as she did. She was gasping the last of her breath. I'll never forget those grisly words she babbled. Before dying, she cried out about a witch. You know, the strange occurrences we've been facing on a witch that's been living amongst us. That was the last moments of her life. Bullshit. So let's see, we have a farmer who could have killed off his competition and also take their farmland. We have this guy who discovered the bodies and, oh, she called out that there was a witch. It wasn't me, it was a witch. Although, they didn't have fingerprint testing back then, so there would be no reason to be like, oh yeah, and then I picked up the rock, that's how my fingerprints got on there. But again, if he had trouble picking it up, there's no way the daughter did. Unless, you know, she's like a... She could have been a 16-year-old farm worker who worked her ass off every day, woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and worked until 8 o'clock at night. Let's wait and see. They were only recently deceased. Apparently, I just missed a crime being committed. Did you see anyone else there? Ooh. What the heck is that all about? No, I'm afraid not. The farm is a bit out of the way from town. I didn't encounter anyone on my way there. Considering that the murder just happened, I don't understand how I could miss anyone fleeing from the scene. Neither do I! Guilty. Strange. Circumstances like this only strengthen people's belief in a witch. Anything else you need to know? Did it, Dick? Was there anything else wrong with the animals you brought from the Jacobs? I deny that there's something bad happened in our land, that much is certain. However, I don't buy into the story that the devil got to the family through their farm animals. Nor do I believe that they were used as familiar. I'm not saying that to protect my reputation either. In fact, I have a better understanding of the situation than others do. I have dealt with stocks from that farm. From my inspection, I don't ever recall seeing anything demonic about them. They were in top condition and nothing out of the ordinary were ever found on them. I can say with the confidence that those rumors are wrong on this point. The daughter of the Jacob family did make a deal with the devil. It must have come by some other means. So you're saying that the farm animals in Jacob's farm or Jacob's lands are clean? If there is indeed a witch familiar, it might be some other creature. Do you have something else on your mind? Nope. I should go now. Get going now. We have more ground to cover. It's been good to talk with you. I feel my nerves have settled after speaking with you. Is you guilty, Dick? The Millers. Could it be the Millers? So, this is John Miller's farm. This is the place that's seen the worst of the sickness. Doesn't appear to be anyone around. Mercy, Jacob, would it be brave to use her biggest attractor's own land as a hiding place? Still, it's worth taking a look around. This place has certainly seen better days. Huh? What's this? There are empty bottles scattered around. There is nothing left of their contents. Wonder what they were used for. Everything else looks in order. I don't think I'll find anything else useful here. I should move on. What's his face like to drink? So Jacob's farm to the field to Miller's farm. They could have had issues over the field. Oh, Jacob came over, got drunk, said something he shouldn't have said to the Millers. Miller followed him back, bashed his head in. So let's check out the field between the two. Uh-oh. From the crazy dudes. Sorry, you startled me. I've become a lot jumpier with all the talk of wizards and demons. That's understandable. Almost seems unnatural words of witchcraft first uttered. Who are you anyway? My name is Isaac. I work at the White Horse Tavern. Anyway, Jacob used to drop by there for whiskey. Quite a drinker, that one. Such a shame for his passing. Not only do we lose a good man, but I lose a well-paying customer, too. Sorry, that was inappropriate, wasn't it? I talk a lot when I'm there or scared. I mean, I talk a lot on a normal day anyway, but it gets worse when I'm agitated like this. And how else can you keep yourself together? Talking is probably good to calm yourself down. You know, verbalizing your thoughts and all, helps to get them all out there. Stop. Slow down. I only want to ask you a few questions that might help me piece together just what exactly is happening here. You can answer a few questions for me? Some questions? Oh yeah, sure, far away. A little bit as I can to be thorough as possible. You can count on me. Anything you can tell me about the Jacob family? You know, the father used to come up to my bar and get blind drunk. He'd be a completely different person after a couple of drinks, like night and day. Who knew a man had so much anger in him? Whenever we thought he had enough and tried to send him on his way, he'd lash out at us. Took a lot of men to wrestle him out through the doors. He can be extremely stubborn in that state. But you know, something didn't feel right a bit with him. He keeps a tough demeanor about, but I think I see something else in his eyes. There's something in his look that tells me the guy is only acting out because he's battling some other emotion inside. Something was eating away at him, but I could never guess what at the time. It was like he was afraid of something. And this week he'd gone missing. It's unusual for him to be absent from the bar for so long. That's when I first started to suspect something happens to him. And we find his lifeless body, confirming my fears. Have you met him? Alright. Seen anything else suspicious around here? As a matter of fact, I have first-hand account of such things. Everyone talks about what they've heard from a friend or a friend of a friend, but can any of them say they've actually seen the witch? I sure can. Not only that, I got myself in a tussle with her too. You fought the witch? That's right, brave Isaac. They should call me or something to that effect. It was partly foolish of me to get into a fight with a witch now that I think about it. In the heat of the moment, there wasn't time to think, and I just defended myself instinctively. Despicable. It was about a week ago when it happened. I was sleeping in my room as people normally do. Something woke me up. It was like I just knew I was in danger. I opened my eyes. She was there. Someone was standing in my room. Things happened quite fast, but I remember getting up and trying to fight her off. I struck her good in the face. Would you believe it? What? Wow. Never thought something like that can happen. You don't believe me, do you? I knew people would find out how to swallow. That's why I kept evidence. You kept the fucking eye, dude? What the fuck is wrong with you? Here, let me show you. Mother always told me to be a good boy. Mother? Fucking creepy. Give me God fucking damn it. Are you kidding me? See? Look at that. Well, Isaac wouldn't make this up, would he? Pretty disgusting, don't you think? Why the fuck are you carrying something around like that? Curious, this is proof I've thought off of wit. No one will think me alive if I have something like this to show off, but not many people tend to keep talking to me after I whip out an eyeball. After I knocked her out, I was a little shocked and distracted by what had fallen out of her. I can't say how much time passed, but when I turned to find her again, she was gone. So we find Mercy, and she doesn't have an eye missing. Vanished, without a trace. I don't know how she even got in there in the first place. I usually at my doors, but then I noticed the window was open somehow. You'd think that is how she got herself inside, but that's simple. My room is on the first floor. To get in that way, you must have the power of flight or something. Oh, what? It had to be second floor, or is not on the first floor. So they did some bad writing. Misplaced a couple words here. I do that all the time. That's why I gotta review everything over and over again. So, you've seen the witch. Sorry. Do you remember anything about her that can help us find who she is? I can tell you a bit of what she looks like. I know now that she's missing an eye. Thankfully for that one after I punched her in the face. That's what you give a snippet in my room. What a rush that was. Mind you, she did put up a bit of a fight. She's a tall woman, a little taller than me. That's not the same sure anything. Her hair is long and black too. I just think they were black. It's hard to tell in the middle of the night, you know. Somehow, they were able to break into my room, though when I checked my door afterwards, it was still locked. I don't know how she got in through the window. Which had a pair of black wings and maybe she flew in. Ha 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 ha! A witch with wings, huh? I found the idea of a standard witch hard enough to swallow. One with the power of flight is even more incredible. You had something else you wanted to ask? Do you know how a witch might be cursing people? Have you seen what happens to those who get the sickness? Their skin cracks open and their lips turn purple. Gross. I don't know if you noticed, but I think the crops from Farmer John Miller have displayed a similar fact. Supplies have been shrinking and growing purple. If you can make the pattern, then you'd say they're both related. Yes, but everyone knows that. People are saying that the sickness and the rotting food both come from witchcraft. That's true, but there's an alternative answer. What if it was poison? A kind of withering potion? The skins crack open like they're shrinking. You think it's similar to what happened to Farmer John's crops? They shrunk inside. It's like the skins of the sick people. Add to that the purple coloring that happens. The dead plants were all purple too. The two things must be linked. I've seen poison that turned people purple in the face too. It's certainly a possibility there could be poison. Someone have been pine poison. It shouldn't be hard to point them out. Have any other questions? I'll be on my way, weirdo. That's all I needed. Thank you for your time. I have to thank you for this moment of spite. Want to talk some more? You know where to find me. I'll be here. Creepy ass piece of shit. Walking around with a fucking eyeball. We'll save you for last. So we've been there. Let's go to the outlets. Next closest place. What a horrible night to be out hunting. It sends shivers down my spine to be out here seeking out something that might have crawled out from the depth of hell. Fortunately for old Scruffy, the Jacob girl is nowhere to be found here. I wouldn't know what to do if I encountered her. She must have ran away long before we began our search. Looks like we're in for a long night. Something I can help you with? What do you know about John Miller? John Miller's a rival of the Jacobs. The business phone. It's gotta be the Millers. Well, that one guy was kind of fucking creepy. And the guy in the woods was giving out suspicious vibes. I'm gonna guess it's the Millers. The food from the Millers, John Miller's place has been rotten, and there's been some talks that his land might be infested with rats. He's always claimed there's something odd behind that. The business has been hit badly whilst his rivals thrived. He's claimed that Jacobs are responsible, that they had a motive for taking out the competition. With their contrasting fortune of late, you can see where John is coming from. Is there anything else? What do you know about the Jacob family? They are a farmer family. They own the farm just outside of Salem by the old forest. They've been supplying our town with plenty of harvests over the years. Lately, their harvests have been real abundant too. Such a shame that, as their fortune was looking up, the tragedy befalls them. Now the Jacobs are dead. There's been a lot of suspicion on them for involvement with witchcraft. Lots of foul things have been happening to our town with the sickness people have been getting and the vegetables dying at the farmer John Miller's place. John's the other farmer that supplies to our community. His son's been ravaged by the most, which leads him to strongly believe that the Jacob family are involved, trying to beat down the competition of his farm. With the Jacob family dead with only a daughter surviving, she must have consorted with the devil to possess such powers that have caused this. In return, she has achieved unnatural power which she used to bewitch the people here. Family was a reclusive bunch, and she was barely allowed to venture to town. Myself up in the farm most times, so it's hard to really know who she is. But it does make you wonder why she's kept herself away from the rest of us, though. What is she hiding? Could it be Satan? So John Miller is the rival farmer who has been hit the most by the sickness that has been spreading. He has been pointing the finger at Jacobs for a long time. That sounds suspicious. Have you seen anything else suspicious? Like John Miller being a dick? Many have fallen ill recently. They're in a bad way, I'll tell you what. The doctor examined the bodies and swears he's never seen anything like it. First it seems like any regular fever, but the victims soon start flailing uncontrollably. It's like some kind of demon has taken hold of their body and was shaking them. Is this ergot poisoning? Ergot poisoning, however you pronounce it? You can tell who has caught the diseases by looking at them. If you were sick, your skin would crack open and gradually grow purple blotches. Let's Google that. Skin cracks open and grows purple blotches. No, no. Not the one. No. Signs of ergot poisoning. These disappointments include nausea, vomiting, muscle pain, and weakness, numbness, itching, rapid or slow heartbeat, gut poisoning compressed to gangrene, vision problems, confusion, spasms, thrashing out wildly. Gangrene, that could be the blotches and the cracking. Once you're caught it's already too late. I see. The 6 show signs of purple discoloration and cracking on their skin. In the end, not many of them survive, as they were left in some kind of stupor. To tell you the truth, they are not long for this world. Not a single one have made a full recovery once they've caught the sickness. I see why the whole town is such a panic then. It looks like your fate is already sealed if you catch the sickness. Oh, and there's one other thing. I don't know if it's anything at all. It's only a small detail. I've heard that a number of sick people that died had a black feather somewhere on their person. Don't know if that means much. Something else you wanted to ask? Nope. I'll be on my way. Perhaps you should ask around some more, see what you can learn about the circumstances surrounding the witch. The witch! Do no harm in our hunt for the witch. I'm gonna go back to the Miller farm, see if I can do that. See if I find anything different. I say John Miller being a dick. Empty bottle. Nope, same thing. Only place left is Market in Town Square. Oh, and Graveyard. Yeah, let's go to the Graveyard. How? How goes your research? Or your search, whatever. I'm just a simple gravedigger, don't suspect me. Are you any closer to finding the one responsible for all these killings? That probably shouldn't complain, means more work for me after all. Sorry you have to excuse me, this line of work can give you a morbid sense of humor. You're a gravekeeper? That is correct. I've tended these graves since I was a child. I have buried many bodies in my time, but I've never had to bury the amount that I have these last few days. That's why I must keep here to attend my work tonight instead of joining in your search. There's been too much for one man to burden. Not that I'm complaining. I'd rather be surrounded by dead bodies than deal with a witch. Do you need something? Do you have any idea how the witch is causing all this shit? If I knew that, then you'd call me a witch too. Wait, but you're a man. I thought witches were only women. A witch can be any gender. Make no mistake about it, any fool is capable of making a deal with the devil and sell their soul to become its slave. That is how it works, I believe. Contract is made between the witch and the devil. A soul is exchanged for dark and unnatural abilities. This side the devil comes to you in the form of an animal, that a beast familiar is bound to the witch, although they may only command one animal familiar. Of course, the farm where the Jacob girl lives is full of beasts that could potentially be one of their familiar. When you share a house with beasts, it's not too hard to imagine the devil finding a way to communicate with the girl. Little ones are naive and often fond of playing with animals. Devil preys on those who can easily be manipulated. Any more questions? So let's see. We had the rock being super fucking heavy. And if this girl is a little girl, how little, how young. And if she's not missing an eye, I mean. What can you tell me about the Jacob family? The Jacob family were thought to be immune to the sickness. Despite their lack of precautions, they've all been clean, whilst others have caught it after restricting their contact with others. However, what happened to Mary Jacob goes against the theory that their family was somehow immune to the sickness. Just found this money with more purple blotches than anyone before. I've seen anyone so marked by sickness that half her face was tainted in that purple disease. I was afraid myself to be the one to bury the rid of the body. You may need to be careful how close you get. So I knew Jacob didn't die from the sickness, but from a head wound. That's interesting, and the family were thought to be immune to the disease that had struck in the town? Well, that was the thinking Until the marked course of Mary proved otherwise. Any more questions? Do you have more details on the murder since you handled the dead bodies? We have 2 fresh bodies. A man, Henry Jacob, and a woman, Mary Jacob. They both died this morning in the middle of preparing their graves. Oh, I'm in the middle of preparing their graves. Preparing them already? Didn't they just die? That's right, but with the recent surge in the number of dead, I need to make quick work when I get them. Who knows how many tomorrow will bring? Sure, these dark times. Wait. Before you bury the bodies, if it's okay with you, may I take a look at the corpses? You're a fucking weird one. Not afraid of death, are you? Suppose there's no harm being a little curious no matter how morbid it may seem. Maybe you can learn something from the manner of their death. What if he's missing his eye? The eye didn't come from the witch, it came from him. It like got his head bashed in so hard. This is the body of Henry Jacob, the man of the family. His body was discovered this morning. He was killed by blunt force to the head as indicated by how his skull caved in. Taking a heavy axe to cause such a blow. Whoever inflicted the wound must be strong. His skin is clear of any purple blotches. That clears him by possessing the sickness. I'm making the first death we've had in a long time that's unconnected to the mysterious plague. His murder was very recent. By the look of it, the man who discovered the body just missed the murders in a matter of minutes. I think his name is Locke. You should speak to him and find out more surrounding the circumstances of these events. She's got both eyes. This is the body of Mary Jacob. She is Henry's wife. She was found soon after the discovery of Henry's body. As you can see, her skin shows the purple blotches that are associated to the sickness. Get down with the sickness. You get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and we'll let it flow into me. She still had some of her life in her when Locke found them. Her dying breath cried out that a witch had kissed her. With that accusation, we finally believe that our fears have come true. There was indeed a witch among us. Or it was Locke. Oh, that. You have more questions I have? Nope. I'll let you get back to work. I'll be here, working away as usual. Alright, so Miller's blamed Jacobs for their problems, so it makes sense that Miller would kill him. But Locke was the one who found the bodies. The rock was heavy. So the person who used the guy's skull and had to be strong. Something a little girl wouldn't be. But when they say, do they mean like 8 years old? They mean 18. Because 18-year-olds working your ass off, you could definitely be strong enough. Oh, it's you. I see you've been given the runaround too. Hope the search for Mercy Jacob is going better at your end. I've been running over this errand so far I've nothing to show for it. There can't be many places left for her to hide. Anyway, greetings to you again. My name is Jason. I'm a merchant. Perhaps you've seen my wagon about town. I brought many lucrative wares from outside of Salem. The latest and best medicines with miraculously healing properties. Where all your ailment can be done away with one of my fine potions, including the sickness that's been going around. Medicine's so powerful, how come so many have still fallen ill? Well, I'm a line second shit. That one is, that can cure most ailments. What we're dealing with is witchcraft. No amount of medicine can combat the works of the devil. Are you man interested in making a purchase right now? Sure, this is a time to be making business dealings, not when we have bigger problems at hand. Did anyone buy any poison from you? Let me think. I may have. Oh, yes, I think I did have some poison in Thorith. I can confirm I had poison in my thought. Now, did I manage to sell those? Tink, tink, tink. Ah, yes, I remember now. Poison is gone. Someone did buy them. But nothing less from a skilled merchant such as me. I can sell anything at all. Well, I should. That's great. So, do you know who it was that you sold it to? Oh, of course. I had, been a top-notch method, and I'm also blessed with a brilliant memory. I recall exactly how the deal went down. Just give me a minute. Oh, how could I forget? That was a very special deal. It was very adamant that I shouldn't. I'm sorry. Or actually, I forgot what happened. What? How could you? This is very important. You were just in the middle of identifying someone who could have had the means to spread harm to everyone in Salem. Dick. How could you suddenly forget? Hey, it's not my fault. You know, it's easy to forget things. It's a common thing. Besides, do you have any idea how many customers? Do you have any idea how many customers? I have. I thought I have. I can't be expected to remember them all. I'm sorry, but I can't help you in this case. That's how it goes. So can I interest you in some of my wares? How about I beat the shit out of you? I tell many things. I have things that discourage weed growth, something to disturb pests, all sorts, really. Do you have anything that can be harmful if ingested? There's a lot that's a mess for human consumption. Oh, this is probably supposed to be him talking. If anyone did drink what they're not meant to, then I haven't heard back from them. I guess some of the advice can be harmful, but the bottles are clearly labeled, so only a fool would disregard the warnings and drink it. Can the sickness be attributed to poison? Someone has some harmful tonic, they could use that to hurt people. This could be what we're seeing in the sick people. Poison? You think the sickness could have been spread through poison? I've never really thought of that as a possibility. That's an alternative, at least to witchcraft. If poison the fruit supply people ate it, then that could be how their sickness is passed along. Could he really have? Never mind. Forget what I just said. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Fucking tell me, dick. Oh, I gotta... Nope, he's not gonna tell me. So a man bought poison from you. So could the Jacobs have actually done it? I should be going. Come on, I thought I could get them business out of you. At least then I could have been a little productive tonight. So Jacob could have poisoned the Millers. And then he would have known that his wife ate something that didn't come from their farm. Could she have bashed his head in? Like he gets drunk and she defends herself and bashes his head in? Or the daughter does it to defend her mom? Or the Millers? The mayor. You're back already. Have you found what happened to that girl? Nothing yet, I'm afraid. Still trying to work out what's been going on. Well, don't waste any time here. We need men out there searching high and low for Mercy Jacob. Search visit as many areas in the map as you can. Might be a good idea to talk to the people you find on your travels. Each of them might hold a clue to the mystery of the witch. I literally just talked to everyone. I visited literally every single part. So let's go back to Locke. Yo, Locke. How you do? You're back. Do you want to hear my story again? I've already talked to everyone. Did I already go here? No, I didn't. Oh, are you kidding me? I never went to Jacob's farm. Why don't we burn the farm to the ground already? Surely the brat must be hiding inside. Set the place on fire and let her burn inside her. And be done with it. Then we can all go home and this nightmare can end once and for all. Farmer John Miller, I presume. Missing an eye? Yes, that's right. I'm John Miller. I own the farmlands of the town. Turn could be any better until recently when Jacob's miraculously blossomed and mine suddenly wilted. Before then, my business was a more popular one in town. People all loved my stock and the Jacobs couldn't take it, so they chose to interfere and ruin my business. My crops had just withered away, shrunk into a purple bundle of mess. It's inexplicable when you take into account this season is meant to be perfect with nurturing growth. Anything that does manage to grow is scavenged by rats. So it might like to have a rat infestation as well. That's what's been going on here. It's not hard to see what's happening. You bought poison to get rid of the rats. The poison fucked up your crops. The crops fucked up the townspeople. That's what I'm guessing right now. I knew they were up to no good without, and now they're even killing their own. That family are the cause of all this. How'd you lose your eye, dickface? This? I got this injury 2 days ago. Some bastard attacked me one night when I was returning home from the bar. He was trying to mug me, but in my drunken state, I tried to fight back. I could barely stand up, let alone fend off a thief. Didn't even see the knife he had in his hand. I was cut across the face and lost my eye. Minor my stupidity. Make matters worse, I was humiliated right in front of my friends. Wish I knew who the bastard was. I'd like to pay him back. You want revenge? Did you learn anything from your first encounter? It wasn't a fair fight. I was drunk. He had a knife. We were on even terms. I wouldn't make any mistake. A man can't take defeat so lightly. Nope. Which? Seeing anything suspicious around here? Have you heard about the girl that lives on this farm? She's the witch we were looking for. Reports have circulated that she's been playing with four-legged animals on the farm. Pigs, goats, sheep, all sorts. Child is said to be fond of her animals that she sleeps beside them in the dark. As may be where all witches have animal familiars under their command. It isn't far-fetched to say the little girl's fondness for animals be like that of a witch and her minion. Being surrounded by animals, one of these beasts could be her familiar. Can't be so sure of that. You have your own farm as well. Who's to say the animals you keep aren't minions of? Careful with your accusation. I'm a powerful man, respected member of this town, and I don't take kindly what you're implying. Besides, if I was a witch, why would I even want to ruin my own crop? What could I possibly gain from doing that? Only Jacobs benefit from all this. Are we done here, or are you going to waste more of my time? You accidentally poisoned your own crops trying to kill the rats. You don't like the Jacobs, do you? That is no secret, I admit. We have been bitter rivals for some time now. And now we're not, because I killed them. But my business was the clear favorite among the townspeople. It always was until my crops mysteriously died. I'm a dedicated man, and I take my job very seriously, so when my harvest comes up short, then you know something else is happening. No one believed me when I said the Jacobs were to blame. They believe me now, though. They started to bleed me when an unknown sickness hits everyone while the Jakes are thriving. Now I hear that Mary Jacob used her last words to claim that witchcraft was behind it all. Makes so much sense that she's referring to her own daughter. Their land was isolated from the rest of Salem. No one but the Jacobs lived here. So, hey, no one had the opportunity to commit the crime unless they were close by. Like you. Singles up the kid, who happens to also be on the run. Too much of a coincidence, if you ask me. Or you hit the body. I'll be on my way now. Yes, we have a long night ahead of us. The finer the girl, the better. I won't lie to you in saying that I can't wait to see their farm gone. Alright, let's go talk to the guy about the missing eye. We just found a guy with a missing eye. Maybe a coincidence. Ah! Oh, it's only you. Don't stick at me like that. Haven't I told you already how jumpy I get? Or is there something else I can help you with? I can just only ask them the same thing over again? Oh, that's what they said a week ago. Oh, skip. Come on. Oh, I didn't see what color that guy's eye was. Come on. Come on. Although, how would he mistake that dude for a witch? Or a woman, anyways. Oh, now I'm going to the deep forest. Huh? Something doesn't feel right here. I heard a sound. There it is again. Someone is here. Who goes there? Show yourself. But please don't hurt me. Who the devil are you? The Jacob girl. That must be the one everyone has been looking for. The little girl looks scared out of her wits. Perhaps I could take more of a reassuring approach. Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. Just want to talk. Can you give me your name? Mercy? My name is Mercy Jacobs. Please don't give me away to the mob. They're angry and unreasonable men. They won't listen to reason at a time like this. If they catch me, they will surely kill me. Townspeople said they were at the Jacob family. I had no idea she would be so young. And way too weak to use that rock. Someone like her really be responsible for all the murders? Calm down. I'm not like them. I will listen to reason. So me understand what the fuck is going on around here. Can you believe me innocent? Not necessarily. I do, but I'm not quick to condemn you yet. I will allow you a chance to save yourself before making up my mind. Thank you. I can tell you have a decent soul. Most would have killed me where I stand there and talk to me. Don't thank me yet. I said I'll listen, but you will have to convince me of your innocence. Okay, I guess that is fair enough. You usually just give me up if you decided to. What does he like to know? How? Did you lose your eye? Or I trust you that it befall me how lucky I am in life. Uh-oh, shit. I have wronged someone for the heavens looked down on me with so little favor. About a week ago, I was out in the field, tending my work. I saw something overhead swoop down from the sky. The eye of the guy... Oh, sorry. The eye the guy had was green, her eyes are red. Next thing I knew, it was clawing at my face. I my best to best it away, beat it away, you mean? It wouldn't relent, though. Stupid bird took my eye. I don't know what happened to it after. Too much pain to really take notice. I've never known a bird to behave like that. Me neither. But these days, birds are a lot braver. I don't think they're afraid of people anymore. Scarecrows don't seem to work anymore. We're not ideas how we can keep them away. How come you weren't affected by the sickness? So many have fallen ill. Even those who took the precaution to isolate themselves in their own home. You and your family were free from the curse. Though that was all true until your mother fell to the curse this morning. My family were free of the sickness because we grew our own food. The other townsfolk they must have ate from John Miller's farm. I believe that's how the sickness was spread. His crops were spoiled. You can see that from his land. Most of what was growing was withering away. I bet the crops looked decent enough to sell were also bad. My family remained healthy because we ate only what we grew ourselves. John Miller may think that's evidence against us, but I say it's evidence against him. He's the one who's spreading the sickness to the rest of us. I've even saw him buy poison from the merchant. Called it. What possible use could he have for poison? What damage could a farmer do with poison? I was hated in my family. Brothers have been stern rivals for a long time. We were more successful farm and he couldn't take it. He's a sore loser and deceitful enough to come up with a plan to make us look bad. You're saying it's Farmer John Miller's is behind the sickness? He's a desperate man. He has a lot of pride in himself. And to see his business being beaten out by us and drive him to do something stupid. I think you need not look further for a witch. I don't believe they exist. If anything, it's hysteria that was encouraged by a petty man. He was the first to point the finger at us. He must have poisoned his own crops and used as evidence that we have ruined his farm to beat out the competition. Maybe he didn't intend for the people that ate from his harvest to fall ill. Now he's in too deep and he has to see it through to the end. Already he's rid of my parents, now only I remain. He would love to get rid of me as well. When did you last see your parents? I'm thinking that, yeah, it's Miller. See, John Miller bastardized, he'd be strong enough to do it. And then maybe he just poisoned the wife, like, oh, they're not... They'd explain the empty bottles. I found the empty bottles. The empty bottles were poison. It had to be this morning. I had some errands in town he had to see to and asked mother to join him. I expected him to be gone for long, so I didn't think anything of it. They've been gone all day, so I just had a bad feeling. Somehow I knew there was trouble. People were in such a panic with all this talk of witchcraft being responsible for all of our misfortune. There's been whispers that my family were the ones to blame. Thank Farmer John Miller for spreading those lies. I knew that something must have happened to my family and that maybe I was in danger too. When I heard an angry crowd coming from far away, I knew already what it meant. So I made it out here, deep into the fort. What? But the one guy said he went to the farm to do business, and that's where he found your parents dead. It was so thick and dark in the night, I knew it was the only place I could hide. Then you found me. So even though your parents... Wait. So even though your parents were on your own turf this whole time, at what point during the day did you come looking for them and find them there? No, you say they were there on the farm at the big place for a little girl, especially one who carries a limp. To be honest, I was too scared to leave the house. Then when I realized my life was in danger, I dare venture outside. Know anything about your parents' murder? What? Mother and father are dead? How? But I saw them this morning. You didn't know? I'm sorry you had to find out like this. I knew something must have happened when they didn't come back home. What happened to them? Your father was killed by a blow to the head. Your mother died from the sickness. Her face was showing the purple tint of the disease. They were both found dead this morning on your farm. The sickness? That doesn't sound right. She was fine this morning when I last saw her. She wasn't sick at all. How could she catch it so quickly? I'm guessing John Miller. Yeah, take this whole fucking bottle of it. And Father, what a horrible thing to have happened. I don't understand it. Why would someone do this? You seem too upset by your loss. My father was a cruel man. He'd get himself drunk every other day and come home with a fury that he unleashed on me. Beat me so badly that I always carried a fresh injury. That's why I've been struggling to walk right now. My twisted ankle isn't the only injury he gave me. I had to feel love for someone that does something like that to you. I didn't realize Henry was abusing his own family. What a tragedy. No one should have to endure that. Your parents were fond of your farm. Considering how isolated your farm is, people say that you were the only one who could commit the crime. How do you respond to this? I didn't do it. I didn't even know what happened to my parents. Even if I wanted to, I'm just a little girl. It's impossible for me to do that to two adults. Your mother seemed to think witchcraft was involved. Said as much with her final breath. There's a means for a little girl to become two adults. Witchcraft could be a possibility. The people of Salem will have no problems with that. It doesn't make sense. Why would she do that? I don't know what happened, but it doesn't seem right for her to act like that way. Say she caught the sickness and maybe that must have affected her thinking somehow. People have said that those who have been afflicted lose their minds. My family never bought into witch ideas. I don't see why mother would suddenly start talking like that. Because Locke's a lying sack of shit. Some people say that the devil came to you in the guise of one of your farm animals. What do you have to say about this? That is nonsense. I don't believe in witches anyway. Whether one of my animals talk to me is ridiculous. I know I'm a young girl. Is it normal for a girl to play with the animals? I meant that I have talked to them sometimes, but they never talk back. Oh, hey. Oh. Go back. No! Cancel. There you go. The fuck button did I hit? Stories about my animals being dangerous are the ones are only lies that Farmer John Miller has been spreading. If he accused me of keeping animals nearby, then he is just as guilty. He too owns a farm with many animals there. So how can he say such things about me when he himself keeps animals close to his home? In my family, he lives there by himself, so he has complete privacy. He did perform witchcraft. What do you think happened to your parents? I have no idea. Other than John Miller, we had no enemies. I don't understand who else could benefit from doing this to us. Maybe there was a witch cursing us, but then again, maybe there isn't. It was all a series of coincidences. Would my parents have been in an accident? Things have been strained between them. They did go for a walk together. On the way, maybe they got into a fight over something and accidentally killed each other. What if everything that's happened are not connected at all? They're each isolated events that people put together because it was popular to blame it all on stories of witchcraft. I'm gonna send John Miller. I think I have all I needed to hear. I will make my decision enough. Pray that you make the right one. Are you not going to try and run? I am a crippled girl. It has taken all my powers to get this far. I think I can outrun you if you decide to give chase. Looks like I can only stay and hide here for a while. Decide to come after me. You know where I'll be. If you decide to let me go, I will run as soon as I regain my strength. My fate is in your hands. John Miller's a dick. Can I go beat up John Miller? I can't really tell what color it is. Do you know anything about missing poison from the merchant's shop? I don't know anything about that. Far be it for me to stick my nose in other people's business. Trouble I have no business being in. I disagree. I think you do know what happens to the merchant's poison. The fact that it's your business I'm interested in. Business that happened between you and the merchant where you were the patron of some poison. Excuse me? But what reason do you have to believe that I am the one who bought the poison? I told you already that I didn't do it. I spoke with the merchant. He was reluctant to give away the name of whoever bought the poison from him. However, I took a look around your farm. It didn't take long for me to find discarded empty bottles over the place. Those look very familiar to those that can be found from the merchant's store. I mean, they've been lying about your business with him. Okay, you win. I'll tell you the truth. Fucking mice. It's not that I wanted to be deceitful. I have a reputation to keep. Bought those poison and paid a little extra for the merchant to keep his mouth shut about it. But I didn't use the poison to harm anybody. I know what you're thinking. It wasn't used to spread sickness. I never used them on anything that I sold. I had a problem with the rest of my farm. Those have fallen hardest on me. Not only has the plague bettered my land, but also have to fend off any pests that scavenge the remaining food I do manage to grow. Poison was for them, and that's the truth of it. Even if I use poison to hurt people, there isn't enough to cause such a widespread problem. Rat poison comes in small doses, so even if I bought them, I still don't have the means to carry out a scale of damage the sickness has done. And nothing to hide, then why did you keep the secret, Dick? That makes you more suspicious. I run a farm. I value the hygiene of my work. I would jeopardize my reputation with my customers if it was known that I've kept poison on my farm. But I was left with little option and made the purchase in secret. Like I said, I have no involvement of the cause of the sickness. Does this satisfy you? Nope. Uh-huh. Fuck you, dude. Nothing new's popped up, so let's go check out Miller's farm again, see if there's anything new. Probably not. Ouch! Just stepped on something sharp. There's some broken glass guard over the place. Farm's really been neglected. The John Miller's farm, the place that's seen the worst of the sickness. Doesn't appear to be around. Why there's some metal bottles lying around, huh? What's this? I was familiar about these bottles. I've seen the design on the label before. That's it, they must have come from the merchant. There's nothing left of their contents. I wonder what they were used for. This looks to be in order. Nothing else. Seriously, let's move on. We just confronted him about this. Oh. No, we've already seen all this. So she's missing an eye. Thick face is missing an eye. Let's see if the merchant has anything else to say. You forget something? Nope. I'll click on everything at least once, then go. Ooh, yeah, let's go talk to Locke again real quick. See if he has anything new to say. Most likely. Nope. Check out the alley. You want nope. My suspicions on Dick Face over here. Oh, we already went over this. Come on, go away. Still think you did it by accident. You accidentally poisoned your things, causing the sickness. Oh, almost forgot to talk to this guy again, just in case. Nope. Let's go talk to the mayor again. Yo, Mayor, what's up? You have returned. I hope that you have something useful for us to go on. Going on empty for so long, please tell me that you know where the witch is. I know who's responsible. You do? That's great news. I knew I could rely on you. I could see it in your eyes that you found something. I'll be pleased to know that we have the culprits very well. Let us still the one responsible. Don't crash. Just to find out she actually is a witch. Now that would be a twist. What a twist! So you've led us here. Let's not waste any more time. Show us where the witch is hiding. There seems to be a problem here. What is the meaning of this? Where's Mr. Jacob? She's nowhere to be found. Why have you brought us here? You said you found the witch yet. I don't see her here. Are you sure you got this right? I'm sorry, I was sure that there was something suspicious here. So sure we'd find something from this spot. Now that I look at it, I don't know why we came here. You idiot, you wasted precious time. You came all the way here because you promised that you found the one responsible. Now you're just giving the witch enough time to complete her escape. Could it be that you did believe that you saw the witch here? Oh god, he's been bewitched. His eyes could be deceived into seeing anything the real witch wanted him to see. No, that's not possible. Did Liz just speak to you? Or is it her spell? Could it bewitch you if you allowed her to talk? Enough! All this has been for naught. We came out tonight to sell this once for all, but because of you, we may never find the one responsible. Unfortunate for you, there is nothing more we can do tonight. I hope the magnitude of your responsibility is not lost on you. Salem is not seen the last of these dark days. I want to accuse Fuckface! I seemed to die up in the crowd immediately. Townspeople began to make their way back home, begrudgingly, doubt lingering in the silence between us. That is what the future had in store for us. The crowd came out expecting to find a witch and to see her burn, and determined it was not disappointment in finding their target that haunted them, it was the fear of what will come after. Something is out there. They were not able to pin it down. Only did spread a malicious sickness through the town, and no one is there to answer for it. It was Dickface. As if out of the town tried to continue a semblance of normality. I continued on the edge with no one could finally mask. We all knew it was only a matter of time before something bad happened. Tried to keep the impression of calmness and bury themselves in their work, occupied their mind from worry. For a time, the town was busier than it's ever been. Behind closed doors, we all wept quietly in our beds, for it was all they could do. Sleep evaded many of us. After a few weeks, something more happened. We didn't experience any more evidence of curses. The number of people catching the sickness had decreased rapidly. Hope worries in our hearts. Could it be that somehow the devil is losing his grip on our town? We dared to believe that we had seen the end of the witch's influence. Soon enough, people forgot that there was ever a dark time to begin with. I was thriving once again. Walking down the street, you could see smiles turn on people's faces. The loss of Jacob's farm and their community, as they could rely on farmer John Miller to supply the town with food. This has been so well ever since the witch hunts. Things certainly kind of worked out better for him. Cause that's why I tried to accuse him, you dicks! This competition gone and the sickness cleared up. His business has grown vastly. You could even see the statues on town had soared as well. So that is status on town, right? In town, guys. Appears that everyone was able to finally put any thought of the witch behind them. I was trying to accuse him. But all changed after half a year. Days grew gray once more. Violent storm would ravage the land. A new sickness at the town, and people began dying again. What was planted would refuse to grow. People disappeared into the night, never to be seen again. Fear returned with a ferocity greater than previously experienced. Then it had taken long for Tarsus to watch the surface. Finger pointed the blame to anyone that so much as looked at you wrong. Every day there would be someone new accused to be the culprit. Happy facade of the small town was once again broken down. No one trusted anyone but themselves. Some of those with deeper memories called the night that they all went hunting for a witch that they never found. Probably topic of discussion at the bars. Perhaps she was responsible, the girl that got away. What happened to her? My own contemplation, I think back to that night. Time deep in the forest when I found a little girl hiding and afraid. I spared her life from the angry mob that demanded blood. I was so sure then of her innocence. She never returned to the farm. What became of her is not known, but people did talk of sightings of someone who looked like the girl from Jacob's farm. Surely they were all tall tales told over a drink to scare each other with. I was up in bed, the thought was impossible to resist. Did I make the right decision? It was fucking Jacob. Not Jacob, it was fucking Miller dude. John Miller. Damn it! Fuck you guys! Well, now I want to play again. God damn it, I picked wrong. I'll do a speed run. There you go. Yeah, we like that. Like speed runs. And they won't let you get out of this. I guess that wasn't too bad. Terrible. Well, that was interesting, but... Something that I missed? Nice dramatic music. Alright, well with that, I'm gonna call it a day. Well, night. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.